Oh, Sephonie, what is Sephonie? That is what we're here to answer today. Sephonie is a very interesting 3D platformer from the team that brought us the Anodyne series. I actually covered Anodyne 2 in early 2021, if you guys want to go back and see that, or if maybe you've already seen it. But you would know that that team makes very unique experiences when it comes to games. I don't want to say weird, because they're just a lot different than what you would normally get from what people are trying to create here. It's the same, from what I could tell, same two-person team that made the Anodyne series is making this. And this is a 3D platformer that combines like puzzle elements and stuff like that together. But there's still 3D platforming. You can see here, this is kind of showing us how to wall run, which is interesting because they litter these little question marks all over the place, like everywhere, in case you forget something in the game, or you know, it's kind of nice that they refresh you, but the game is very, very hand-holdy, to let you know. So here, you can do a little bit of wall running. If you want to do a double jump, you could jump at a rock. And now, what's really weird about the double jumping is you're not hitting A again to double jump. You're actually jumping and then hitting the right trigger. She kind of lights up, and then she does this like sort of like attack at the rock to sort of bounce up. It's a very strange system. It works, but it's very strange. So yeah, we're going to continue on here. We actually just finished the first area of the game. It was kind of a tutorial area, or so I thought. It seems like every area in the game is a tutorial area. So maybe that's just what I'm thinking. Even when you come out to a checkpoint, it lets you know, like, hey, this is a checkpoint. This is what you do at it. Kind of weird. Can't jump high enough over a ledge. Try pressing RT in midair to dash. You're close up to a wall. So it's like, this is stuff we already went kind of over, you know, earlier in the other area we were in. So it's weird. The game just like keeps telling you. But another thing you could do, though, is that if you are sick of those things, you know, popping up all over the place, they have tons and tons of gameplay options for you to turn the game into what you want it to be. So that, for example, it's very accessible to whoever wants to play it. That's why I think they make it easy up front, because they want everybody to be able to experience the game and the story. But you can turn on infinite dash, infinite jump. You can skip all text. Which, if I choose to continue playing this, I might do, because the text does get a little wordy, and I'm not sure that I'm really into the story in this game, but I digress. As you can see here, hides next goal, hides the map, hides tips. So you can do all kinds of stuff here if you get sick of seeing all that stuff, which is it is nice. It's weird that it's the default, though, I would say, anyway. So we're going to make our way around here. I'm going to see if we could find one of the little, like, puzzle areas. Okay, so also you want to be able to sprint too, because then you can... There we go, we got a checkpoint. You can run a little quicker, and then you can use your dash again to get up to another area. So, let's see, we run over here, and... I see nothing. There are little collectibles to get. There's little, like, containers that you could pick up. There was one just, like, hanging off the edge there. I had to drop it and get it. Basically, you had to, like, self-sacrifice to get it. But I think it's cool that they did that, because they kind of show you, like, hey, you know, you're going to have to jump into some weird areas to get this stuff, and you're not penalized for it. You just kind of go back to the checkpoint you were last at. All right, we're going to make a jump over to this creature here. And this is where stuff gets really weird. You might have been like, RC, this game doesn't look super strange and unique. Like, what are you talking about? Well, we're going to engage here with this thing. This is when it turns into a puzzle game, and it gets real strange. So we're dealing with the Moth Dream Sipper here, I guess. And what you do here is now you are placing these cubes. And it's just like, you know, any other puzzle game. You know, you can rotate the pieces, plop them in. And certain areas do certain things. So, like, for example, you can see I believe the 3 to 6 one there that we just put the 3 greens on. What that's going to do is that if we can get 3, or rather 6 red touching this area, we get more points. And what you're trying to do is up in the top there, you're going to see that little bar going from red to green. There we go. We got our 6 for that. And we'll connect those red there, connect those greens, so we got the 6 there. None of these puzzles have ever been hard, just to let you know up front too. So if you're not someone who's into puzzle games, but you like 3D platformers, you might still like this, because it's not difficult. But yeah, you're trying to fill up that bar that's up top there. Once that gets to green, then you have fully synced, I think is what they call it, or linked with the moth, and you can read up information on it. So if you're into that kind of game, you know, reading information about the world around you and the creatures in it, then, you know, you can definitely do that. Try to connect all these. Okay, so we have pretty much filled everything up here, though I think we could fit one more here to connect the greens. And we've filled up quite a bit of this area. This is now that we're out of pieces, though. So you got to hold the trigger button. That's going to complete the turn, count up your points, and it'll let you know, boom, up there, how much we've accumulated there to get through the Dream Sipper here. All right. Next up, we want to... Yeah, I guess we'll add the blues there. Keep adding the blues there. Blue. And the more you link these together, the higher your bonus is going to be. So that's what you want to do here. That'll be 6. Oh, that's 5 greens. I think I botched that one. Was not paying attention. I thought I had enough, but I did not. Green. We're going to go ahead and check this one in. Now, in some of these puzzles, too, they grow mold. They have these little spores show up. And the spores, they will... I'm checking out the controls here, how to move the pieces around correctly so I don't botch it up again. The spores will show up and they will block your entryway to putting certain pieces down, so it does complicate things a little bit. Yeah, we'll put the red there. Okay, we can put the blue here. I guess. But then that's only going to be... not be enough. That'll be our 6. Okay, so now we end turn to complete the link. Let's end our turn. We complete the link. Species has been added to the link list. No. So that's all that happens, really. Decoding data for the moth Dream Sipper. Venturing into the caves at night to drink the viscous tears of sleeping ribbats. It seeks large patches of color that might indicate ribbat guano. Yummy. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you're into reading about strange creatures and stuff, this game has lots of it. You can go into the pause menu at any point. You can go into your link list here. You can learn more about them. You know, so here's the same moth text here. So far we found like some 2 different corals, a weird little lizard guy, a martyr whale, clown balloon. So we found 6 creatures so far, and more to come, I guess. So we're just going to keep moving on here. Oh yeah, and at any point you can actually hit the left trigger and you can switch to your different characters here. I don't really feel much for any of the characters just yet. You know, about 40 minutes into the game when I started this video, so I don't really know much about them, but it's kind of strange. Like you get basically the story so far. The story's being told from the perspective of this like alien creature or alien-looking creature, whom I guess is supposed to be the spirit of the island, I guess. And when it shows up, it's like really kind of like, oh no, that was not a good jump. It's like really pasty and gross looking, but it's like, oh, I'm the spirit of the island, and that's how I met these 3 women, and you know, they helped me do whatever. Like, I don't know really what's going on. It's going for, like I said, like a very artsy story, like trying to kind of change up what you think of like, or what you think what you might think a game story should or is, should be or is, you know. So it's very interesting. That's why I said, like, I don't want to call it weird. It's just like kind of different. So again, they put these clues in here to let you know, like, hey, this is where you got a wall run. So like, you might want to turn those tips off if you just want to kind of figure things out on your own. But if that doesn't bother you, oh, we missed that jump up. If that doesn't bother you, you can leave them on. And like I said, it's kind of a good thing, I think, in a way, because... Oh, I missed the cloud. Because it's making the game more accessible for people. I don't know what happened there. I think that the controls for this are strange, though. That is the one thing I will say is weird, is that you sprint before you wall run, then you jump. And to me, the controls just feel really stiff. The way you got to do a double jump and a wall run and stuff like that. I don't know. Like I said, it's not bad, but the stuff just feels kind of stiff. So you can see, like, I'm still having a hard time, like, really... There we go. Nailed it, finally. So this is going to be like another wall jump here. So we land here. Oh! Oh, we fell anyway. So I could definitely see this becoming frustrating for certain people, even if the game is somewhat accessible to people. Me personally, I'm kind of used to 3D platformers. It doesn't really bother me when I mess up a couple times there, but... Alright, we got another creature to engage with. We'll do another one of these here. Alright, so now we got rocks blocking our path here. So let's see what we can do here. There's some reds there. We'll put these blues here. Greens. Guess we'll put that there. Put the blues there. Try to connect a big old blue here, I guess. Got nothing for blue there, though. Alright, we're gonna count that one up. This one, the stones are growing. That one, connect those. We will connect all those blues. Connect all those reds together. Look at that. We're doing some good connecting here, I'm thinking. I'm just going to connect all those. Or cash them in, I should say. Stones are growing, though. Get the reds there. There. We're slowly trying to destroy those stones. There we go. We can end it right there. So like I was saying before, these are not very tough. You know, these are easy puzzles that you'll be able to do without much effort, you know. Let's see. Decoding data for the Speleothem slug cave bishop. It excretes a mineral mucus that bonds with calcite precipitate, greatly accelerating the Speleothem formation. The result, a hardened shell and protective cathedral. And there you go. Now we have that guy. Okay, so now the question I have is where to now? Okay, it looks like they've added some clouds down there where we were previously, so it looks like we could now get over to that area where that kind of floating dandelion thing is. Oh, we actually made that jump. Okay, not too shabby. I'm just going down here looking to see if there's any collectibles, because you just never know. But yeah, the controls are a bit stiff. They take a little bit to get used to with, you know, kind of how they're set up and everything like that. But once you do, you kind of understand what they're going for here, you know? Yeah, we could fly over here. Those little dandelion things will help you to fly over to areas you couldn't normally reach. But this is the first level I played where they've actually been useful. The other one, like, they just kind of were like, yeah, you could do this with it. I was like, okay, that's cool. But this is the first level where I actually played and was like, oh, yeah, all right. I see how that works. Okay, look, see, there's a capsule down there. You see it? You will in a second if you don't. There we go. Mysterious capsule. It contains Ryu's fern memory. So you can access those in the inventory here. anything that says new or new one. So if you pick one up, basically it's just like more text story. Ryu, at one point as a child, the concept of megaflora terrified you. Their evolutionary age, painting human history as a tiny blip. First time you saw a giant flower at a botanical garden, it seemed like an artifact, time traveling from the past. You raised your hand to the flower, hesitated but touched it, and so you can see there's a lot of like kind of poetic prose here in this game. That's why I say it's very artsy. And if you're into that kind of game, like you like a game that kind of goes that route, I think you're gonna like that. Me personally, I can kind of take it or leave it depending on, you know, what they're talking about or what the story is. I don't think the story in this is necessarily bad. I just think it's very different. Something you don't see all the time. I've seen these flying guys a few times too, and I don't really know what they're here to do. But they pop up every now and then. Alright, we're going to jump up this way here. The one thing I will say about this area, though, is I do like that it kind of challenges your thinking on like where you think the next area is going to be or how to get up to it. I do like that they kind of stopped giving me the tutorials here to let me figure things out. There's a few different areas to explore here, as you can see. And we got another link to do. All right, let's do another one. Now, unfortunately, in this video, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get into any of the stuff that I was talking about previously with the you know, the strange creature talking and telling you the story and you know, and that kind of stuff. And we'll connect the red there at least. I think here we can get the blue. We can't get the blue there. We're going to cache those in. If I do that, that'll block those all in. But I can do this. But yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get into that in this video. It looks like we're going to be just showing off gameplay here. But take it from me. The characters talking to each other, it's very heartfelt. The characters are talking about how one character is intimidating over the other one. There's more feelings, talk of feelings and stuff over actual, like, what's happening in the game. Supposedly you stuck on this island or found this island, and you think you'd be talking more about how strange the island is, but what seems to come up more is just how you know, characters feel about each other and that kind of thing. So again, that might be something that actually entices you a bit more to check it out, because it tries to do something a little bit different. Okay, this is not a good spot for me here, but let's see if we can do that. All right, that'll complete it. Good. But yeah, where I'm at with this game is, you know, I like it, but it's just like not normally the kind of game that I would check out. I saw that it was a 3D platformer, which is what turned me onto it. And it's not the kind of 3D platformer I would normally check out, but this is actually pretty interesting. I've said it, sound like a broken record at this point. It's just much different. The Fly Reaper. Any flies attracted to this devious plant take the ultimate gamble. One lobe contains water for an ideal breeding ground. The other digestive enzymes. Alright, I'm going to go the other way here just to see if we can trigger some kind of a cutscene of some sort to show you guys how the story actually kind of plays out in this. But if we just run into another creature, then I think we will call it there. Oh, yeah, another creature up there. But you can see the game is full of, like, interesting creatures and weird stuff going on. And unfortunately, what it seemed like in the previous level is that you need to find all the creatures and link with all the creatures before you can move on to the next area, so or trigger a cutscene. So we're going to leave it there. I think you guys have seen enough of the puzzle stuff to kind of understand what this game actually is. Oh, and I didn't mention it already. Yeah, you could switch between the 3 characters that are actually here on the island. I'm not sure if they have different abilities. It doesn't seem like they do. But if they do, maybe that's something they'll introduce later. But you can, if you have a preference of a character, like if you'd rather play as this character with the yellow coat, you can play as her instead. So you do have that option. But yeah, guys, there you go. That is Sephonie. Like I said, it's on Steam. It's $30. It's like I said, by the makers of the Anodyne series. So if you like your games to be like just a little bit out there, a little bit more, a little bit different, a little less refined, and more like this, definitely feels like, you know, such an indie game. If you really want to check out a true blue indie game, I think that this is one that will really like kind of tickle your fancy. You know what I mean? But like I said, Sephonie on Steam, $30. Check it out if that looks cool to you. And guys, I'll see you all in the next one.